Hey, what's up? Welcome to Tag Me. Today is Friday, February 21st, and I could not be more excited to finally be able to join you. Sorry for being a little bit late. We had a number of technical issues, and then while I was getting coffee ready, I had a cat issue. So, cat crises are always fun, but he's a happy boy, and now we're ready to go. So, hope everyone's been having a great week and has a good weekend up ahead. I am getting ready to play in a Netrunner tournament tomorrow in Orange County, California, which is a little bit further away, but one came up and I could make it, so I'm stoked. However, the downside, if you could call it that, is that it's a standard event, and we haven't done a lot of standard, so it's probably going to be a bit different from what you might be expecting, but we're going to figure it out and figure out what we want to play for the weekend. And I have some thoughts, but after yesterday, I'm not sure how confident I am going into the weekend. But we can get into that. I'd love to hear how your week's going. Let me know. If you got any other fun events. Are you playing in a tournament this weekend? Love to hear that as well. But before we get into some gameplay, let's take a look at some fun news that's dropped. We've got a number of things that have come out since we've circled back in the news, but the couple of big ones is we have some new format leads. There's an online championship happening in March, which is really great, and it's a worldwide event happening in different time zones, so get in wherever you can, but really excited to see more large-scale online tournaments, especially if you're really familiar with Jinteki. But they've also announced the 2025 Megacity locations, which are going to be like the large. I think these are what used to be called the regional championships, is what they're now calling the Megacity locations. And they've announced a bunch of them, and I'm super excited because we have one here in Burbank, along with, Brooklyn, New York, Dallas, Texas, Denver, Colorado, Milwaukee, and Pittsburgh. So it's in obviously a number of other locations as well. If you're worldwide, definitely check these out. But I'm super excited to be going to this event. I don't think we've set a date quite yet for the Burbank event, but once we do, I will definitely be doing a lot of testing for that. I think, I'm not sure if this is going to be before or after the cut. It depends on how, or not the cut, but before or after Elevation comes out. So I am excited for that. Hopefully it's after, because I just think the shift is going to be great. But they have also released some prizing, or at least the playmat that they want to share, and some more prizing will be updated. But super cool. Looks kind of like, almost like a Ken Tenma type clone, maybe on a courier route, delivering something. Who knows what could be in that briefcase. But it's super cool because look, it looks like he's coming out. So there was another announcement that went into art, which is really awesome. And this is one of the Silkworm Towers, or Silk Towers. And it looks like he's escaping. This character is escaping from the tower with a briefcase, and maybe he's being pursued, which is always, oh, my face has been over this, man. Let me get this out of the way a little bit here. There we go. Now you can see this beautiful art, and I love the colors as well, and just, really nice sunlight and really effective. Like, this is super cool, and it kind of looks like Star-Lord to me. Maybe that's because I've been playing a bit too much Marvel Rivals, but this everything about this, from the cape or the jacket and the helmet, just reminds me of Star-Lord for some reason. But again, that's probably more Marvel Rivals talking than anything else. So this is some really cool news. Always excited for that. I know we were trying to get the we were trying to get one in Burbank here, or Los Angeles somewhere. So I'm just glad that we got one, regardless of where in the city it happens to come. I mean, Orange. I'd go to Orange for one. I had to go out there for old school, the Plugged In tour back in the day. Went out all over the place. So actually, Pasadena had one as well. Anyway, we're getting off track. I'm getting off track. So yeah, just a bunch of good stuff. I briefly mentioned this art bit as well, which is really exciting. I like this a lot because it seems like the design team is getting more higher level concepts, and we're like, for art pieces, just for inspiration and to kind of help like place us in this world. And I'm super excited about this. Like, even if none of these pieces of art make their way to cards, I just love this. Like, this city, this is so cool. Really like impressionist, super cyberpunk. Like, this is like Blade Runner. This to me is like screams everything thematic wise about this game. This is like such a great piece of art, and we still get to see these big towers and everything that are in the cities. Silkworm Tower, yeah. You know, there's some Silkworm Tower here. Looks like the base of that. And this was the same tower that we saw on that playmat as well. So, you know, that person looked like they were careening out of this little silkworm mouth, I suppose, is what it's supposed to be modeled after, if I had to guess. But really cool. I like this, and this looks like it could. I know it says asset call out. This also feels like it could very much be like a identity type. But well, who knows? We'll see. Cool stuff. All cool stuff. And the juxtaposition as well between, you know, that giant mega city and then this, like, almost serene if it weren't for this massive structure being created. Really cool. Always love seeing art for the game as well, and some fluff and anything that helps us like place ourselves more in the game. Always welcome in my eyes. Always love it. But kind of gone over. I'm sure there's some other stuff in here that's worth talking about that we're skipping over, but you know, that's gonna be how it is sometimes. This is and always be running. We're doing this Orange, California tournament. Up to 16 people. Nice little circuit opener. We got some prizes, and I know some of the people out in that side also make their own prizes too. So, you know, there'll be the standard circuit opener prizes and some other cool stuff. So, pretty excited for that. But I think let's talk about our decks, shall we? We can start with a Corp deck, since I have this one up here. And this is actually not based off of my deck. I want to first off start with that. This was an older deck that did really, really well in the New Zealand Championship last year. I believe this was called Clean 45. And it was... I'm blanking. I will find the name and come up with that. The person who originally made it. But this is a modified version of that deck, which I always thought was really cool. It uses an ID. The big thing about this is that it uses an ID from Rain and Reverie, which is going to rotate out. And I didn't play this. So this was a deck I was thinking about playing in the World Championship event last year. I ended up not at the last minute, and I kind of wish I had. So I really want to give this a proper go out. And, you know, this tournament seems like as good a place as any. Just, why not? But it uses the outfit, and we are going to be gaining bad publicity. Now, we are not trying to kill people, like you might expect. You know, there's no one home in this list. Or not no one home. End of the line, excuse me. I don't know why I said no one home. No end of the line, no meat damage. We are not tagging in this deck. Instead, we are trying to rush our agendas out behind some big chunky pieces of ice, and it has a little bit of traps like you see the NGO front. Looks like it could be an agenda when we install, which is always nice. It's got some border controls, Valenchow, Trebuchets, Winchester. This is pretty standard. I think the only interesting things are the inclusion of Lotus Field, which is a bit annoying with Buzzsaw, or excuse me, not with Buzzsaw, but for Awasaris crew. I notice a lot of decks are running crew these days, and I just kind of put in Lotus Field as kind of a meta call, just to help give me something that the runner can't just trash and force them to have some kind of cost associated with breaking through it. I think that's always nice to have, but it's at the cost of our Spin Doctor, so we're only playing 2 Spin Doctors. Really trying to get our draw with Rashida, because this is one thing that this deck needs, is it can suffer if it doesn't draw quickly. And I've gotten into a lot of games where I have 5 points. This actually happened yesterday. I got to 5 points like really, really fast, and I was playing against a Jay Chinho Sable deck. And my opponent, I was 5-0, and my opponent was able to score out with Knife and win the game before I was actually able to score my last couple of points. And you know, maybe I could have played it differently as well, but that's not the first time it's happened, and it can not be great. And that was with 8 bad publicity too. So I didn't even see like a regulatory capture. In that game, I didn't even see like any seamless launches, and I didn't even see an Audacity. So, or I don't even think I saw the big deal, to be honest. So I was out. That game wasn't going for me, which happens sometimes, right? That's playing a card game. But yeah, this is the game I think, or the deck that I think I'm going to play. We've got some fun money with Too Big to Fail. It makes it really easy for us to go up. Obviously, the Hostile Takeovers, this is another classic to help get my money and bad publicity. So score Hostile Takeover, gain 10 credits, seems okay. Audacity to fast advance for our last point. We typically only will use this. There's a few ways that we can close out the game. We can use Audacity, we can use Big Deal, or we can use Seamless Launch if we want. And honestly, if I had to make a cut, I think the Seamless Launches might be, one of the Seamless Launches I think would be the first to go. If I wanted to go to the chopping block. Mavirus, maybe the Mavirus too. This is another include just to help protect our ice a bit, and it always is good. We can purge out the Audrey. That's another big thing that we're seeing. Can purge out a Botulus, and if we can purge those out when our runner is running into a Trebuchet or a Winchester, we're able to do some damage and maybe able to actually open up a bigger scoring window in the following turns. So we'll get some games in with this. And the other one, maybe we should play some games before we talk about the other deck, but I don't know what I'm going to play. We'll just queue up for random games first and see what's out there. So this is the other deck, and this is one that is my own creation, and I definitely don't think, well, I guess I don't think either of these 2 decks are the strongest meta decks necessarily, but these are decks that I think are fun, and decks that I want to play for a day. So I think this is what I'm going to go with, but definitely open to changing that as well if if these games don't go well, or if any of you convince me of a better thing to play. I would love some alternatives, or just things like, what have you guys been playing that you found fun? I mean, we've had the same card pool for like 9 months now, right? So I feel like we've seen a lot of the things that we're going to see, and it's all what ends up showing up at the tournament that day in the meta, which is gonna be, of course, a mystery until we show up. This is a bit more typical from what you're seeing on every side of the board these days. We have some Awaceras crew. We've talked about this a lot. Trash the opponent's ice seems really good. We have our Devil Charms and a few leeches to help us with that. The big includes all of our influence is mostly sucked into Hermes, which is just such a powerful card. Like, I think it's one of the most, if not the most impactful consoles in the game right now. Just bouncing an unresed card with advancement counters, even without advancement counters, is game altering. Bouncing a card with advancement counters can be game ending. So especially against Jinteki Personal Evolution, like what we were doing last week, right? Hermes absolutely destroys that game plan. So great include. If I see this in my opening hand, a lot of the time I'll keep it. It's not a must mulligan for, but it's a nice thing for you to have, not to install immediately, but as a surprise for the corp. That I like it when you see the corp is in a position, or they have a lot of things that you don't have a way to answer all of in one turn. Easiest, fastest way for me to pivot, drop a Hermes, do other things on my turn, let whatever's going to happen play out, and then open up a new scoring hole for yourself. So Hermes can be really good played that way. What other fun things? Money-wise, this uses Fermenter and Daily Cast and Friend of a Friend. Those are our big money cards. Buy bands can help us get rid of some tags, draw some more cards. All these are really good. We have a pretty standard breaker suite. Yeah, none of these are super crazy. Oh, Drogniev Mercs. It's kind of in this deck because it gives us a tag when we install it. The effect I don't think has particularly come up that I can think of recently, where it was used to prevent meat damage, but could be good if I'm playing an end of the line deck. But really just to install a card, take a tag, install another card, and kind of help our deck along, grease the wheels a little bit, right? It's like a much less good Friend of a Friend. It's not like Friend of a Friend at all. It's not like that at all. This could be cut, I think. I don't know what I would necessarily put in. I did, when I was playing yesterday, I sat against my Sable friend who was playing the deck into my outfit, and I blanked and completely forgot about Diversion of Funds, which is not the way you want your game to start. When your Sable marks HQ, and then the first card out of their hand is Diversion of Funds on the game, that feels bad. So remembering what's in the card pool will be our biggest struggle, I think. But that's fine. I just think Liberated, other things that's not worth it. Like Liberated Accounts is too slow for this deck. This is so click intensive already. Dirty Laundry wouldn't be bad. Earthrise Hotel wouldn't be bad. But Earthrise is expensive. Nuka we can trigger off of our ability, and Nuka we can control. It takes clicks for her, but I think this is okay. I think this is good. I'm trying to use the ability with Seb as many times as you possibly can, and part of that is maximizing the way that the cards interact, and I think this is one of them. It's just using Nuka, because if we don't have to spend the click to install her, or the credit, that's pretty good. Pretty good. Makes up for the click later to actually click her to draw 3 cards. So these are what I'm thinking of. But let's get into some games. Let's see what we can find. Attempt to reconnect. Oh no. All right. Live, any side. We'll start on Corp, since we opened with that. And uh-oh. We're gonna make sure, I think it's this one. We're gonna edit this. We're gonna go back. We're gonna go here. We're gonna edit. Or no, not. We're not gonna edit. We're gonna miss out on our friend in JNet. A copy. We're gonna import. We're gonna edit. AV. Save. Chat. Play. Cool. All right. Didn't miss anything. Good news. Good news all around. Ooh, hey there. Cool. Mercury. Okay, so they're gonna not want to break our stuff and see extra things. Winchester's gonna be pretty good. Hedge fund's okay. Rashida's pretty good. Let's you know what? Let's just see. We want the agendas. We do want the agendas because this is a rush deck at the end of the day. And if we can protect HQ with the Winchester early, hopefully it's at least going to force the Mercury to deal with a rezzed piece of ice. And get the... oh, that's not what we wanted, though. That's not what we wanted. Okay, so hedge fund. We're going to install HQ. We just need their ability to not go off. because this is bad news. This is bad news. I think we have to do this. If we just sit on our hand and not do anything is pretty not good. And if we push, they're pretty inclined. Okay. Woof. Makes sense. We don't particularly. So we're going to Res Rashida. Let's fire. Let's go. Okay. Bankar. Cool. So, honestly, the Tucana, trying to get the Tucana in the hostel seems pretty good. So let's just pose a problem. Let's pose a problem for the runner. We'll get the hostile takeover and the Tucana. If they run this server, we can still fire the Tucana, right? And get a rest piece of ice from our deck. And if they don't go after it, yeah, we just need to get stuff res. I think if we can get stuff res here, we're really in a good spot. Did they? Oh, I see. What do they get? Okay. So I actually think the bounce might have helped us. Oh, never mind. It stopped them from getting the Basalt Spire, but it did not. It's not going to stop them from getting a bunch of points. So let's get. I mean, we have a way to protect server 2. So yeah, border control is probably right. We'll border control server 2. And these we can dump over HQ and the remote. Lotus Field. Rough. Okay, so we'll install the Valenshao over HQ. We will install the I want to install the Lotus Field over R&D, but I think the Trebuchet, I'm not gonna have money for either one, I guess. So Lotus Field over R&D, and we'll gain a credit. And at least this way we can res the Valenshao if we want, or we could res the Lotus Field if it's worth it. But with the Bankar, it's not gonna be worth it if they stick that over R&D. So they did do HQ again. Oh, it's a turtle deck. That's interesting. That's super interesting. I don't feel like I usually see breakers out of this. Oh, too big to fail is great. Too big to fail is great. I think we're not going to be able to score this out if we put it in the remote this turn. So why don't we draw? That's not what we wanted. Too big to fail. And install advance. No, because we want to try and get that Salt Spire out next turn. Or we could just try and stick an Alice out there and see what happens. No, because they have a turtle. So I think we just gain a credit. This is signaling that we have agendas in our hand. Or at least we have a bad hand. But I think this is... Our opponent probably can intuit that we are sitting on some more agendas because we have a hand of 4 cards and we clicked for a credit after playing Too Big to Fail. So not really a good use of our click. Arguably even drawing there is better. Actually, I do think even after drawing, I think we draw Too Big to Fail. Yeah. I think that would have been the better play. And our runner doesn't have a ton of money. So that might give us some type of window here. And they're just getting Amakua counters. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. I'm wondering if we actually set up for Purge next, or Purge instead. Kind of thinking that we're going to have to set up for ourselves up to Purge. So let's draw. That's good. And stick. Oh man, they also have that Bankar, huh? Okay. So we'll stick this over archives, and we will. Woof, huh? Not great. I think we install this over our the remote. We'll just stick it in the remote. Screw it. We need to make a play. Again, definitely signaling that we have something. Yeah. So I think we res it. We definitely res it. Doesn't really hurt us that much. Getting some damage in here. Which one's this? End the run. My bad. I goofed. Res. Continue. Continue. My bad. Got a little clicky. Got a little clicky. It's fine. Not my favorite. We can res one of these. We can't res both, and they have Bankar. So, really not ideal for anybody. But, oh, I guess it's just not ideal for us, huh? Oh, let's just Purge. We do have stuff res now, but it's like, we're kind of in a not great way, huh? Because Lotus Field only costs them one card if they want to use the, if they want to run on it. We can also stick the Trebuchet in front of the Lotus Field. Then it's a problem. Oh, now they have a million cards. A million cards, and not a care. But they have no money. No money's nice, but this is options, so we probably are going to have some inside jobs and things like that. So if we install Advance the Basalt Spire, we can actually do that and then pop it, and then they just have to run. It becomes clicks. It becomes a click game, right? But I think we kind of have to do that, or we just do this and try and big deal it out, which might be better. Nah, let's play slow. Let's play it slow. Let's protect R&D. Let's install in... No, let's just gain credits. No, let's install server 2. Gain credit. Make it look like a Tucana or a Rashida, maybe? Oh, well. Guess it looked like a Rashida enough to them with the hostile or with the falsified credentials. Which is great. I mean, they exposed the card, so it did give their Amakua a counter, but the Amakua, the one count, oh, Amakua does get us through the border controls, but they don't have the money to pay for it, so it's fine. Getting out of the hole with this would actually be really big. We could seamless it. But if we seamless that, then we can't seamless... Oh, well, what else do we need to seamless, huh? That one. Okay. I don't think we res anything. Yeah, we'll perch. That was pretty good. It's actually might be one of the best options. Oh, another seamless. Yeah, we go. Score. R&D position 1. Okay. So we could install the Basalt in advance. We could install the Atlas and the Trebuchet, which I actually like. Let's actually do that. Let's install the Atlas and the Trebuchet again. And I don't want to score the seamless launch. Oh, I get my face out of the way again here. There we go. I don't know if I want to necessarily use this seamless launch for this Atlas. We could use it to get our Atlas counter, right? Seamless advance. Which actually is probably the move. Actually probably the move, and puts us a little bit further away from our thing, but we can also get it much easier. Okay, so they want to access a bunch of cards. Not having the money is nice though. Spin Doctor is pretty good. I think we seamless advance. They're gonna bounce one of these, get in. See, probably 2 cards, but I think it's okay. Don't love the Hermes bounce here. It's definitely my least favorite, but getting the Atlas counter is huge. It just represents so much. It could have represented the big deal. It can represent the Audacity. It can represent a too big to fail. It's like, economy-wise, it's a big enabler, or just to close the game out, it's a big enabler. And this is on R&D for 1. The thing is they're gonna rip it up. I think we just res it. Because at least now they can't bounce it. And they're going to access, yeah, a whole pile of cards here. Whoa, no way. All right, I guess we're getting lucky. I'll take it. Oh, no, they got one. Okay. Oh, that's not one we wanted them to get. That's a really good one for them. Yeah, I actually wish they hit a Basalt Spire, truthfully. A Basalt Spire would have been a way better hit for us than that. But Trebuchet back over R&D is going to be clutch. We need that back up there. Install the Trebuchet, install Spin Doctor. I think. Okay. Purge. Amakua gets a counter. And they don't have a lot of money either. Reprise? Reprise? Well, that's not great. I don't love that. Definitely don't love that. Oh, hey, look. Aren't we lucky? We have all of them. We have every single one. I still like this over HQ because it makes the Bankar hurt. This is like really good into Bankar. I think we just install these two again to gain a credit. It's going to cost us 2 credits. So I think we want to protect our HQ more than our R&D. They know it's on R&D. Gain a credit. Spin Doctor, yeah, they know it's on R&D, so getting past the lock isn't so good. I don't think it's the best move here. Obviously, getting past the lock is important, and getting the Spin Doctor on the board is what we need to do to move forward. But getting some type of threat for the runner back on the table is really important, especially since there's still, I haven't seen any Estebrados at all played. And there's none in here. So there's at least 2 in this deck. And that's going to get free, essentially, accesses into our remotes. Or, excuse me, into our centrals. So we do need to keep on it. Honestly, even another hostile's good. Oh. What does that do? That gets us 10? Oh, that's interesting. Oh, cost 2. Okay, so we can't do it quite yet. So let's install in server 2 and gain 2. So what I'm looking at here is if I get the Atlas to score a hostile, it's install advance, costs us 2 credits, and then we gain 10. So plus 8. And we need 18 to score the Basalt Spire from hand. Although, oh yeah, and then that would actually end the game. Although it might make more sense to get this, oh, but we don't need the money. That's our problem, right? All right, so let's start. Seamless is pretty good. Actually, I don't think it is right now. So let's spin. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. Can we survive a turn? I think we can survive a turn. Famous last words. 3 cards? Yes, let's see what happens. Oh no, we're credit off. We didn't math it. We can't win next turn. Oh, well, that's just disastrous. Well, well, well. We have made another goof. See, going off vibes feels good in the moment. But I don't think it is all the time the best thing to do. Can that help us do anything else with the Basalt Spire? No, because this is terminal, huh? No, that's fine. Go for it. You can get her spin. That's fine. Yeah, right? Because we can't go get the Audacity. Because the Audacity trashes our whole deck. Our whole hand. We need to stick something in front of this. This is, like, catastrophic. This was... You know what's funny is even having, like, a subliminal messaging in the deck would end the game. But they know the top of the deck. We install, don't we? I think we install the Trebuchet. Install the Trebuchet, gain 2? We can't res it. It's not about that, though. Install the Trebuchet. Atlas? No, I don't want to spend the Atlas to get... Oh, we can't get money with it. I guess we could, but spend the Atlas to gain 4 is definitely not worth it. This doesn't help us. Having it in our hand is not the helpful thing. So I think we commit to this little bluff that we got going on. Let's install in game 2. 18 is the number we need. So this will not get rezzed. The runner does not know the third card down. They know the top two. So they need to hit one of these two out of HQ. Well, I guess if they hit if they hit the Basalt Spire, they win. And if they hit the big deal, we don't have another big deal. Which is problematic. At least they can't break the Winchester with the Amakua. That's good. So they would probably have to spend an Inside Jobber and Estebrado here to hit HQ. But then they would see like 2 or 3 cards. 2 cards? 1 additional card. 2 cards, so it's more than a 50-50 to get one of those, I think. I guess not more than a 50-50, but they have good odds, right? They have good odds to see one of them. I think our opponent knows that we're up to something. Which, can we risk the Valenchow, actually? Nope. No, we can't. Well, that's not good, huh? We can't risk anything. And at least maintain a threat. Woof. Yeah, that's not great. I think because that's on HQ. So if we res this, it costs us 2. And it's all 3 of their cards. The Winchester... Ugh, I don't think we res. I think we just roll them bones. Oh no! Oh no! Well, all right. Cool. Love it. Love it. Love it. Do we just purge? Or do we force this here? Well, no, because we need this. We need this gone. So let's stick the Valenchow over Archives. Man, I want that virus too. There's a lot of cards I would love to have right now. Actually, I think we just purge. Next turn, we just set up for this Basalt Spire play. 3 border controls is very funny, but I think we actually just stick the Valenchow over top. Install that. We don't need to advance it because we have these 2 cards. Because we can seamless advance Audacity score that. Or we also have an Atlas. So we have a million options, so we don't need to advance it. I just think we install. We have so much money. We could install. Actually. So that would cost 2, 3, 5. This costs effectively 2. So 7, 11 credits. And we need 1, 2 to score. What do they do? Gain money. Yeah, I think we can actually start turn. And Winchester. Okay. So we'll stick this. Do we want to just install? Then we can't really res this trebuchet. So let's install over server 2. Let's install on server 2. And let's install over the border control over R&D. So it still costs us a lot of money, but the border control can just end a deep dig on R&D, which I think is really important. Ooh, that's good. Nice. That's pretty good. That's a really good play. Really good play. This is great. I mean, I don't think this Atlas of Assault and win. I have a way to score it from hand after you pop the big deal. Was I missing something? Only one on. And I was always short on money too. You rolled the line perfectly, which is true. I think that's my honest opinion on it. Like they did a really good job analyzing the board and just played it. This is great. Like, yeah. I'm pretty happy. Did I touch a thing? No. Good. We're good. Got to make sure to be careful when you touch things. Okay, cool, man. Yeah, this was a good game. This was a really good idea. Cool. We'll close out of this. What do we have left? Done. Let's see what we got. Show. Red. Oh no, we couldn't get the red cap. I was like, no. We could have installed Advanced it, but we wouldn't have gotten us there. We scored the other hostile takeover. Yeah, it was just good. That was just a good game. I think we got a little bit of lucky on our opponent's runs. They probably could have seen an agenda a lither bit earlier on R&D, but can't get mad about that. That's just some Netrunner. That was just a great game. I really enjoyed that, actually. I'm always afraid with Mercury, and this is like, especially with a 45 card deck, it's like they have a really, really good chance at scoring our agendas. So it's always a threat. I think this is the thing with this deck, is I really want to actually have them in hand and protect HQ and let them run R&D, because Winchester over HQ is really, really nice. I think that's a pretty, like, obviously, it's a really solid piece of ice. But it seems like it's easier for me to protect just HQ and let them have R&D than it is for me to try and protect all of the servers. And once I have to protect everything, it becomes a bit hard. And I think that's why this deck probably struggles a bit against Anarchs. Just because you do have to run everything, and then the Anarch's eating your ice. So it is a difficult thing to play around. But let's see. I think, what do we want to do here? Do we want to run a Corp? We can Corp again, and then hopefully get in a couple runner games. Let's give this another go. Let's see if we can get another decent performance out of that. If my deck runs like that all day, I'll be stoked on Saturday. That was a good run. That was a really good run and a fun opponent. So I'd be happy about that. And then hopefully we can get some runner games in, get some practice with that. But it'd be pretty good. It would be pretty good. But that's like one of the things about that deck, right? It's like I saw my agendas, so I was actually able to get them out and keep forcing some type of threat. And our opponent wasn't checking the remote too much, which, I mean, they checked it as much as they could with the inside jobs and applied pressure to it appropriately, but it was still away, like, since they had the control over R&D, they just mostly thought we were throwing other things away, I think. So yeah, I'm really happy with that performance. And Lotus Field was okay. The Trebuchet. See, the seamless launch, we didn't need all three seamless launch in that matchup. The third one was a dead draw. We played the first two. And I guess you could argue, right, that if we didn't play three, then what's the guarantee that we even see the second one? Which is valid. But it was okay. And I didn't feel like we missed the Spin Doctor, having only one Spin Doctor. We really only had 3 bad pub, too, so we did pretty good on our resources there. Hit the Tucana. Yeah, it often seems like it isn't good to use Tucana to get something that gives me bad publicity because of the way that it works with bad publicity. Like, giving the runner the extra credit, even if they never even run on that server that you install the ice over, feels bad to me. And what I mean, it's like, if early game we had scored the hostile takeover and we had gotten, let's say, Valenchow over HQ instead of the border control that we got, I think, or the Winchester, I don't remember what it was exactly, but I don't think it was something that gave us a bad publicity. And because we didn't take that bad publicity, we weren't giving the runner extra free credits to use over the course of the game. And that's really, like, cost effective because we saw like money mattered to them. A lot of there was a number of runs where they were just short on credits, and they were spending credits during the run to trash our spin doctor, or to trash, you know, to actually have to break or to get through our stuff. So having that like little bit of credit denial, I think, is actually really important in a game, especially early on. If I'm like getting that bad publicity turn 1 or turn 2, having, you know, all the extra turns from all the extra runs with all of the turns in the game with 1 credit extra adds up super fast. So we'll start there. Hey there. Hosh, 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 hosh. Run on all the things. This is not very good for us. I don't think this is great for us. I think we need to go a bit quicker. Which is good. So we want that, we want that, we want to res these things. So why don't we install this in a newer mode? Install that over top, and let's install this over HQ and end our turn. We don't really need to res the Valenchow over HQ unless they apply some type of, unless they play something. This we do want to res, because this is just good. Fire. Costs them a bunch of money, doesn't really cost us anything. So, it's pretty good for us, actually. The price. To get the twinning. Okay. Sure thing. Oh, okay. That's reasonable. That's reasonable. 1 installed runner card. That's pretty good. Let's res a Rashida. Get some cards and money. Lotus Field. Love that. I actually kind of think sticking this over R&D is going to be super good. I think that's going to be super, super good. So we're going to do it. We're going to install that over R&D. We will install this in server 1. And let's... that's too big to fail. Who are we kidding? Who are we kidding here? We're going to get the money. We want to be a big bully with our credit pool. That's what we're about. Basalt Spire. That's fine. So let's res. Let's draw more cards. Too big to fail. Project Atlas. Seamless launch. So many cards. Install advance, and then we can seamless advance. It seems pretty good to me. So we'll install this over server 1. We will spin to get our other spin doctor and Rashida back. We'll install in server 1, and let's advance. If we can score out the Basalt Spire next turn, it's huge for us. Basalt Spire opens our game up a lot. Kind of in a similar way that the Project Atlas does, but it actually opens our deck up in a very similar way to Project Atlas, if I'm being honest. And we'll be able to score that next turn too. So they're getting money. They're starting to cook a bit, which is fine. So let's seamless this thing. Advance. Score out our Basalt Spire. No downsides for that, which is even better. Next turn we can naked install the Atlas. Probably install a Trebuchet. And advance? Do we advance? I don't think we do. I think we just install it. Oh no, we do advance. We do advance because we really want the counter. Oh, he says. I think we score out the Basalt Spire. Not that we can score it, but you know what I mean. That's a much bigger threat. So let's install. They're gonna have a ton of money. install over server 1. And I wish we had a little bit more money. Maybe that wasn't necessary. That's fine. Too big to fail would have been good, but it's fine. This is going to cost us 3 credits because we only need the 1 seamless launch here. Hey Jacob, does the deck play Big Deal? It does. I do. We have 1 copy of Big Deal, which is tucked in an R&D someplace right now. So in theory, we could hold on to the Basalt Spire, but my plan here is to actually use our Basalt Spire to get our seamless launches back, and we can fire it twice. So I think that's what we're gonna do here, and hope we don't hit anything too bad with our oh, or we're gonna goof it and not do that. Which is also, it's fine. That is a pretty catastrophic goof, I think. Never mind. Let's figure out our second plan. So we're gonna hedge fund. We're gonna install the Trebuchet over R&D. And we will end up advancing this. I don't think they're going to threaten this, but now they're cooking. Like, they got so much money. Even honestly, resing the trebuchets, like, they can trace us. They can beat us with our traces here. But, at least at this point, even if we don't Basalt Spire on their turn, which we don't even want to anymore, I don't think. It's better for us to keep the counters. Yeah. Valenchao is net us free, and it costs them two credits. Net us free, costs them 2 credits, gives us a bad pub. Let's just res it. Oh, it's actually gonna... Yeah, no, that was right. It's gonna cost them 2 credits. Although I suppose we just gave them an additional bad pub, too. Atlas is not ideal, but that's okay. We don't need to Basalt Spire. We can score that this turn with the first. So that's really good. Oh, actually, do we just score the Hostile here? No, because they can score the Basalt. They can get through this pretty easily with this rig that we have set up. And they did just check that. So I think we're going to use the Basalt Spire to get the seamless launch. Great. Love that. Do love seeing that. And we'll score the Basalt Spire. So maybe the seamless launch or maybe scoring the hostiles would have been the move. But I think we let them have it. Because if they run and we use it, and like, they're gonna know, right? They're gonna know that we have something in hand, and we can't let them check. 1. I don't think we are super worried about that. Trebuchet, they have $1 million. The Lotus Field doesn't do anything with the Buzzsaw anymore, so I don't think we actually res it. We'll give it a little bit of time, give it a think, make them seem like we're doing some math, which we're not. Doesn't seem good for us to res. Having this in our hand already is huge. Huge. Wow. Well, that's a good run. It's a good run. That's a good run. Seems pretty good. This is our problem. So if they actually see enough cards, they might actually get it. Let's see. Oh, they didn't. They didn't. Well, that's going to make up for them hitting those 2 agendas, I think. Oh, I was about to ask, how's Lotus Field working in the deck? It's actually been working really well. We got it up and rezzed last game, and it's really nice. Like, just having some type of crew tech has been really, really good. And so set up to moving quick. I did. This deck got set up super fast this game. Yeah, HQ holds. That was really good. Cool. Could fetch stuff with a trash cost with Basalt on the last click run, I think. Yeah, I could have. Just to get more cards in HQ, and I think you're right. Definitely would have been a better play, especially since that was their last click. Then the Basalt Spire and Archives was no longer a threat at that point. So just another card in my hand, you're right, would have been the smarter play, I think. And that's definitely something I'm going to keep in mind for the tournament tomorrow too. Oh yeah, and to get back to the other thing, the Lotus Field has been really good against the crew decks, like you've been saying. And just for like a one influence thing, even if it just comes up early, it's a nice little thing. The problem is that it's not good against like Bankar or Boomerang, and these are other cards that you see in pretty much every deck now. So that's the downside of it, but I think it's good for the crew for sure. Sweet. So that's good. Yeah, this was a great run for this deck. I'm pretty happy about that, honestly. I do want to try and get in some runner games though. Have you played much with Lotus Field, Jacob, or is it something that you've been seeing in other decks? Because I've seen it come up in a few other decks at my local meta, but it's definitely not popular. But it's one of those things I look over and I'll see it and I'm like, I think that's a great card, and it seems to be working out at the other tables. Have you seen it at all? Live, we're gonna try and get a runner game in here. Standard runner, great. And get our Seb deck going. Not sold on it? Just one more sub. I agree. Even if it was like a net damage sub, like something that isn't necessarily like game changing or game defining, I think it would be a nice thing to have with that text. And I'm actually wondering if we're going to see that text on other anymore. If we're going to see that pop up again, especially if like the crew is actually going to be a thing, which it seems like it is. Yeah, no, totally. I love older cards. I obviously like the older sets. It's one of the things I'm really interested with Elevation coming out. I want to see how everything rotating out goes, and if any of those old designs end up making their way back in the game space. It is interesting. Sweet. All right, Asmari. They're gonna probably get us picked. This isn't bad. I like the money a lot. This is card draw. We can install some stuff. I like this. Give us a bit of gas. The Mimic's probably gonna be mostly dead. Maybe they play like Serevna. But I'm not sure what else. The Mimic's really going to do for us in this game. A Drafter. Drafter would be pretty good. Fermenter we want. Daily Cast, Buy Bands. We actually want to see most of these hit the table. And let's buy a Bands to Archives and get some stuff. Usually we want to keep these for tag removal purposes. But right now I think just getting some value is good early game. Maybe drawing first. Drawing first could have been good, but we have that. Wow, okay. So we're going to install, we will install the fermenter, which is fine. Let's draw again. Manuel is pretty good. Daily cast, gain a credit. Just get set up. Although, you know, I actually should check. I need to actually take a look at what they call, because they did call event, so we just gave them money for only playing one event. Hindsight, not great. It's again, another one of those times, paying attention to the card pool, knowing the cards, event again, so. Or I think that's still event. Let's see if it is. If they leave it as event. If Ren leaves it here. Event, cool. So let's try and not play events. And draw, get some cards out here. Taking a tag is good. The Manuel isn't going to help us too much quite yet. We could Friend of a Friend, pop it, get Manuel. It feels like we're just doing a kickflip to do a kickflip. So let's just keep gaining. I don't even know if we need the Mimic. Truthfully, I'm tempted to draw through it. Clicking for credits here is not good. With the 2 daily casts and the fermenter, it's just not efficient. And we can get the Mimic back with privileged access later in the game, because it doesn't seem like they're too focused on protecting archives here. Draw another fermenter, Friend of a Friend. And now we don't even... Oh, no, we can actually. Let's Friend of a Friend and fermenter, I guess, and just keep it up. Drawing back up here. We can string the Friend of a Friends too. Friend of a Friend and Manuel is good. This is what happens when I'm playing this deck a lot, actually. Is the beginning of it seems to mostly be setup heavy. And getting ready for the rest of the game. Because this is a lot of money that we have. And our deck is just... I don't think we need another one. I mean, do we? Do we just commit to the dollars? Do we just commit to the ducats? I guess we just commit to these ducats. 6. And so many ducats. I mean, yeah, screw it. We'll just play the Mimic. This is a very strange start for this deck. But I think we're just gonna keep rolling with it. Because they've left it on event. Yeah. So we just haven't given them any money since turn 1. Hollow Man, what is this? Are they not gonna score this? This is terrifying to me. What could this be? Huh. And that had 1 advancement last turn, right? Yeah. That's super weird. That's super weird. Scary. Let's run Spin Doctor first. Let's see what they do. Are they gonna let me... Any action? Oops. Oh, well, that's fine. Nothing you can do. Okay. All right. And I really don't like this. This is terrifying. I don't know if they're setting up for like a Neurospike. They don't have money for Neurospike, huh? I don't want to... let's do this. Take a tag. Install Hannah. Use Hannah to run server 3. Okay, that's great. And then let's just clear this tag. Do our ability get a little bit of control. Moving that to archives. And, okay. Oh yeah, we're gonna we get dead. We get dead. Oh well. So it is just a Neurospike deck. Look at that. Was not what I guess I did say it was a Neurospike, but not how we wanted that one to go. Hermes didn't matter. None of these cards really mattered. We could have run. I guess that's probably the correct move. We didn't have a program. Like, I'm assuming this is a ping. I think that would have to be the ping. So we couldn't get in anyway. But forcing the res would have been good. I think they were credit perfect. Well, that's just good. They just got the cards. Nothing we can do about that. I guess we could run, but that's also the reasonable move. Let's try this again. Let's try this again, huh? Oops, runner. There we go. Give that another go. I mean, what do you think? Should the right move there would have been to face check that? Face check, hit it, at least force them to res something. Maybe it takes them off their money. Probably would have been a better play. For some reason, I was wondering if it could have been like a clearinghouse, but that doesn't make any sense in that type of deck. Like, the Neurospike makes so much more sense as a play. The Reeducation is good to run into today, though. That's like, this is a combo that I had prepared for in Worlds, because what was really big at the time was Reeducation and Jupstad grid, which would give you a core damage and flatline you. In a pretty similar interaction, where they could do it from a bunch of face down cards with the Hollow Man as well. So this is something that I got used to playing when I was playing Standard a lot, and completely had forgotten going into the tournament. So Netrunner's hard, as it turns out. It's a hard game. Hard game. Knowing the card pool is a big, and knowing the threats is a big part of it. Sometimes they play one copy of each, one Jupstad and one Neuro. Yeah. I mean, with the Reeducation, it hits. It definitely hits. And it's good. I think it did really well at Worlds too, didn't it? I feel like Jupstad Asmari was pretty high up there at Worlds. We could actually check, I suppose. Oh well, let's see what we got here. So this side. Oop, no, we got somebody here. Great, let's go. Let's go there. There. Great. Crew, Daily Cast, Biobands, Nuka, Cleaver. Oh, Cleaver. I guess Ag Infusion. Probably. That's fine. We have some money. We have a crew. We have draw. I think that's pretty decent start. pretty decent start. So out of Ag Infusion, we're probably going to see some Vampirinessa. I'm surely expecting an Anansi to come up. Some big, maybe a Boto. I mean, I don't think they're going to play all of those things, but they want to get one of those rezzed as quickly as they can, just to give us some type of threat, just to face check and use that Ag Infusion ability. Instead of rezzing, they can trash it. This is another one that's you've not seen in startup. Start turn. Let's start getting cards here, shall we? That's Nuka. That's not bad. We'll just get some things established here. Get some money. Solidarity Badge might be good if they leave R&D open. Probably find something to trash in there. And just like a passive. For an early passive to get, I'm never mad about that. Not a bad one. So they have all the money in the world, which is fun. Hedge Fund and Hot Say Review will do it. The Mimic is really good. We don't have a ton of money. We do have the privileged access, but there's no points, right? So threat, we don't really want to trash either of our breakers right now. And we don't have a lot of money to draw into and install out. So I don't think we can afford to run into like an Anansi or one of those big pieces of ice here. I don't think we can afford it right now. So just playing this one safe. Besides icing everything up, they're not forcing us into taking action, right? There's nothing in the remote. There's nothing there that's potentially moving them forward besides the two cards in their hand. So I think playing this one a bit smarter will be, well, last time I should have rushed. This time I'm saying go slow. We'll see. We'll see what happens here. Start turn, advance. So now we have a threat. This feels like a Charlotte to me. Feels like a Charlotte, but I still really don't want to run into something like an Anansi. I think we draw cards. Hannah, Daily Cast, Friend of a Friend. Okay. So more money. More money's good. The Abaya bans. Friend of a Friend, take a tag. Hannah to run that. This really feels like a Charlotte to me, which is something we want to get rid of. But I'm not sure if it's worth, like, eating a lot of damage right now. Because I like these cards, and losing some of them is going to be harder than replacing them. Would like a leech or something. You just draw again? Have 2 clicks? No, we don't draw. I think we just get some of this down. The 3 cards we just drew. Makes sense. Makes sense. Okay. It was actually a thing. Well, that's what we get. So this, why would they score something out here? So they obviously don't have a Charlotte. They probably have other things in their hand, actually. And again. Sure, let's take a tag. Let's install the Friend of a Friend. Let's get our crew. No, let's just get our Mimic and clear this tag, because we don't want to lose our daily cast. Or we could buy advance. Let's buy advance. Draw back up. And I don't think this is going to go off. Ideally, we could have played her, but just getting that gone. Something else we can install, the Friend of a Friend, keep this rolling a little bit. We drew all 3 of our Friend of a Friends, huh? Okay. We have all our friends. And we're going to have to deal with this sooner or later. I can't just keep ignoring the remote or any of these servers in all the games. arguably, we should run. Arguably, we should run. Even Hannah here isn't bad. Hannah here's not that bad. Let's give us a card, another crew. Yeah, I think let's just make them run a thing, huh? Anansi us! Do it! Don't res Sai Santan. Braun. Oh. Okay. That's fine. I'm actually okay with this. Do we want to click to install? Oh, no, we don't. Fire. I mean, I guess we could have clicked through those two. We can install the Valentina. Let's install the Valentina. Let's get... Do we want to run again? I think we do. How bad could it be, huh? How bad? Famous last words. Still could be an Anansi. Could be a Braun again. Braun's not bad. Actually, that should be a crew. I think the Valentina was wrong. But let's just draw. That's good. That's good. We can remove the tag for $1, and let's just get the crew down. Friend of a friend to remove the tag, maybe. I like using those to gain a tag, actually. We can always get rid of Hannah later. Yeah, alright, good. Would have been a waste of a few clicks if we clicked on through it. But it's fine, right? It's like, Braun didn't hurt us, didn't really do anything. There's nothing for them to install. I see why they wouldn't want to pop the spin before they res it, but... Or res the spin, not pop the spin. Res the spin to get cards in your hand, but then you spoil a surprise. So. Might have cost us a click, though. Credit. Gaining money again. Okay. Curious. Super curious. Because they just drew a lot of cards. Alright. So... honestly, just getting some leech counters is really good. I think we just get some leech counters. Now we can threaten a lot more. Nazi, I think it has 5 strength, so we can pop it with the crew and leech now, which is great. If they don't protect archives, we can also pop the Braun if we wanted to. Okay. But we can start putting pressure on R&D and HQ this turn. I think we probably install the cleaver too, right? I think we get our breakers out. If we lose this, we're in a lot of trouble. Like, sure, we have the privileged access, but... Let's draw. Let's install the cleaver. Let's run R&D. Toll booth? Toll booth? Ow. All right. That's pretty cool. All right. We'll install another friend of a friend. And we trash. And we continue. And we hope we don't get snared. Snare bad. Breach. Sai Santan. Also bad. Breakable with Mimic. Let's get rid of the tag. Get some money back up. Clickless, or not a click less, but gain 6 to remove a tag. Feels good. That feels good. But they would... Okay, so now they are trashing stuff. I was like, if they had agendas, they would cycle them, right? Right, and I didn't want to play this crew. I didn't want to use the use our crew tag to install another crew, because then they might protect this again immediately to turn off our leech. And I want to power up our leech again. I very much want to power up our leech again. Okay. Alright. So let's start turn. Let's draw a card. Iru. Okay. Which is fine. We can run R&D clicklessly as long as we do it before the last click. Or before the 4th click. Iru isn't helpful. Baya Bands would let us run R&D and install the crew at once, and see cards, and get leech, but we're not going to be able to remove a tag. It draws cards. I think this is okay. I think we do this on R&D. Breach. Leech. Let's draw 2 and install the crew. Access a Tattoo Bola. Cool. We're going to assume that this is Saisentan, which I think is fair. So we can run R&D, we can sure gamble, and then we can run Hannah, which seems really good. So let's run R&D. Sure gamble. Hannah the remote. Codegate, I guess a Vampire Nessa here is a problem. No, we can blow it up with crew. So I think it's okay. Or that Lotus Field. Hey, if Quetzal plays Lotus Field, it's pretty good here, right? I think the crew is thrown a wrench in their plans. But I think we blow up the Brawn. We definitely blow up the Brawn. That's not... Oh, border control! Cool. Okay. Neat. I think we blow up the Brawn. Right? I mean... Then we install that. We run again. Yeah, okay. We break. Continue? Encounter? We're gonna blow it up. Boop, boop. Oh, wait. Whoops. Oh. Oh, because we're not going to be able to get through this. After they border control. It is. This another way. I think if I want to do this another way. Sorry. Because we could break it, but then we're just like we still have our crew, which is worth something, which is pretty good. But now we lose all our leech counters. Then they border control us. Then we can't get through the brawn. If we blow up the border control, they can't border control. And then they still have a brawn. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna undo to redo this. Okay, so we Hanna'd server 1. Okay. Okay. Cool. Counter. We are going to take the tag. Take the tag. Here's a trick. I don't like. We might die if we install this, which is not good. Which is quite not good. I don't think we install it. We trash. Continue. Okay. Now we use leech to get into the brawn. We spend all our leech counters, but that's what they're there for. Oh, I gotta push a button. My fault. Buttons. Buttons, buttons, buttons. And now we break. So now we spend the 2 credits and our leech counters to get through. We probably... It might be an Anoetic. That could be in here. 2, 3. And we break. Right? Yeah, Anoetic. Anoetic would make sense. Cost them the 2 cards. Breach. Ooh. Nisei. Good. Lacosta. Lacosta. We trash, I think. I think we gotta trash that. Last click. Do we get our money back? I think we get some money back. Okay. Cool. And just let Solidarity draw us a card. I think the money is better, because right, in theory, the option here is we don't use Friend of a Friend, we do something else. We use our Solidarity to remove a tag, and then we use Friend of a Friend to get money and install Eru, which is all pretty good. So we'll draw 1 with Solidarity badge. I really wish I had the Fermenter. Border control. We can't let that first sub fire. Because if I had the Oh, Hannah gets us our click back. Hannah, click, click, click. Yeah, that's great. Server 1. Good news. We're gonna click through a brawn. Break, break, break. Continue. Break, breach. Charlotte makes sense. And let's just get our Fermenter. Glad I pressured the Charlotte. This is a big problem. You've seen in the last few weeks, the Charlotte's great. Huge, really, really good card. It's good for tempo. It's good for as a bluff. It just does so much for Jinteki. I'm glad we can get rid of that and that they can't keep mining tempo off of it. Seems pretty good for us. And they're continuing to block off R&D, which makes sense. We only have 1 crew left in the deck. I don't know what's in front of Archives. The privileged access could be really, really good. I would love if they had threat. I guess we don't have the program anyway, so let's draw. I think we draw up. Privilege is good. Charm is pretty good. Let's draw another Fermenter. Actually just... Oh, wait. Whoops, 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 whoops. We won't do that. We will get our charm down. Just give us our outs. We're making it harder for the corp to keep us out anywhere, which ultimately is what we want to do here. This is a very control heavy deck, so we've kind of been doing what we want to do. I mean, we're even with the corp. They have quite a bit more money than us, but this scoring remote isn't good for them. They're just gaining credits. They've drawn and gained 2 credits when they have 16. So I feel like their hand isn't the best for them right now, if I had to guess. Now, how do we take advantage of that is another question entirely. We do have a Buzzsaw in our deck still. Our Fermenter, our Hermes would be really good too. Let's draw up another 3rd privilege access. Okay, I'm kind of thinking we could just send it. We could pop a Fermenter and hit privileged. Gives us money for this because we don't have our leech counter and we can reinstall the leech. So let's just do it. Yep, let's just do it. I usually like to wait a bit for fermenters, but given that I have another one in my hand and I have 2 more privileged access, I think this is fine. Oh no, that's not good. Our only weakness. Okay, that's good. Fermenter. Boop. Our only weakness. The Thimble Rig. How could we have ever seen it coming? How could we have seen it? Install advance. Move the Thimble Rig. Love it. That's good play. Good play. Now we can't get through the Brawn. Our opponent's doing this really well. I like this. This is very funny. Let's draw another Fermenter. Not what we want. Another Daily Cast. Not what we want. Another Devil Charm. We're not getting there, huh? Not even the Hermes. The Hermes would have been sick. Hermes would have been so sick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think we play the Daily Cast and Trashless Fermenter. Yep. Maybe the charm is reasonable. We do play 3 charms, and we've already gone through 2 crews. Yeah, we have a lot of outs that would have been all very good there. Nisei Mark II. That's I wish we had a Hermes on the board. Hermes would have been very good. Very, very good. Oh, it's even advanced, huh? Okay. Seems good. Seems good. Let's draw. That's not helpful. Not helpful. Let's draw again. Let's draw again. Well, I think we play it. I don't think... I mean, Iru, in theory, we could trash. I don't think we can trash. I don't think we can afford to emotionally trash Iru. Even with the privileged accesses. I don't think we can emotionally do that. I think we pitch the set 3rd Devil's Charm. Iru means too much to us. Even with this Nisei, this is a great card. Man, this is such a good card. Why don't we see this anymore? Like, maybe it's me and I'm just missing it. I feel like this like fell out of favor for some reason. And Nisei, like Nisei Mark II, this is OG core set card, and it's great. I mean, this is very much, this Ag Infusion that we're playing is very much a Glacier style. So it makes sense that we're going to see it in this kind of matchup. But it's so wild that like Jinteki has better agendas than this now. Sim reset. That's cool. That's super cool. I wonder what they're doing with this. Use the sim reset to draw. Show them and draw that many cards. So how many did they do? To trash 2 cards from HQ, shuffle 2 cards in. Oh, 2, 2, 2. Gaining some money. All right. I think we keep drawing. There's answers. well, could we? Do we want to just play it? Just slam it? We still have more of them. We do have clicks to install more things. So we're gonna so we would be forced to discard 1 card, I think, if we do draw. Yeah, let's just do it. We need cards. We need cards. Leech, not... I don't think... Oh, we can play it, actually. I think the Nuka is also really good. I can't believe the cards that are in the bottom of our deck. Yeah. We can always get the Leech back, too, if we really want. And I think this Nuka means more to us. We do play a Decoder. I promise. There's one in this deck. We'll see it. Hopefully soon. They purge. Well, that makes me sad. No more Leech counters for me. Well, they'll... Hey, we did it! Woohoo! We did it! If we take a tag, we can do that. We can privileged. That's 2 clicks. Doesn't quite get us there, huh? I mean, privilege is still pretty good, and then we install the Iru. I think we just do it. Let's just send it. Let's get some stuff done. Let's get it moving, huh? Nope. I will not. I will break. Okay, let's see if we can start pulling some strings. We will breach. We will Seb Iru for free. We will privileged access a crew. And we will install another Leech. No we won't. I just think we don't install. Okay, just kidding. And with our last click, are we worried about? Yeah, we don't want them to trash any of our good stuff here. We could just buy Hip Hands and remove the tag that way, which is not bad. Draw cards, not so good. Install. I think we just remove the tag. We can hold on to the buy Hip Hands. That's fine. That's fine. The other from privileged. Off the tag. So many triggers. This deck specifically. All right, what do we do? Advance, advance. Oh, okay. That seems good. Seems good for them. Manuel, we have Manny in here still, right? I don't think we trashed him. We didn't. I think we hit Nuka. And Shrine Manuel, although this could be the end of the game. Very well is representing the end of the game too, huh? We hit Iru. No. 1, 2, 3. Oh, and then we still have a click. Actually, it's pretty good. I think we do hit Nuka, because yes. Yes, this is so good. Let's Iru and install Manuel. See, when you only have 7 cards in your deck, you can make great calls. Really good calls. This is nice, actually. We might even be able to pop this Sure Gamble before we make a run here. Get some money back. This is really good. If we don't bounce it, there's a good chance we even bounce this card, which I think is our best possibility here if we actually hit something. So let's break. Oh, this would be so good. Let's do it. Ooh, that's one per turn. Ooh, that's good. Okay. Okay. That's a good play. That's a really good play. That's quite good. Okay, so let's have a think. We can still Sure Gamble and run here. I think we still have to, right? Yeah, let's get money. Let's wheels the remote. We have another wheels in here too. So we can even pop her. Break. Oh, no. Oh, okay, there we go. Break. The bronze, not cheap. For sure. Approach. Encounter. Oh, we could just use a Devil Charm, huh? We could kill it. I think we kill this. Yeah. I will. Goodbye. I will. What are you? That's fine. I don't care. We can redo it. I don't mind. All good. All right, so this was our Hannah click. Run the remote server. Server 1. Cool. Technically, if this was a... Oh, I wonder what they did. I wonder what they did wrong. Continue to encounter. No. Break. Maybe they installed the wrong ice with the tattoo? I don't know. Don't know. What? Oh. I see. File vault. Okay. Okay, that's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's totally fine. I think we just clear this tag. Goodbye, tag. Wait, why do I have 2? Oh! I know why I have 2. Okay. We're doing it that way. Now we're going to remove a tag, and Nuka's not worth anything. So we will... Do we just gain a credit? Be really, really boring? Yep, sure do. Goodbye, Nuka. Install click. Click, click, click. Maybe it's technically better. I suppose it could technically be better to play her. But I don't think it is. Well, yeah, it is. Because we can play her for free, right? We can Iru and install her for free, and then click her to draw 3 cards after we see 3 off R&D. They should have Thimble rigged this. This, I think, is the problem. Is not good. Leaving the Thimble rig over archives here is giving us a really easy in. Install a card in the root of R&D. Install a card in the root of R&D. What do we think? Chrysian? Hawk Hokusai could be fine. I'll take a net damage all day. Whenever you breach while you are tagged. So that wouldn't be stopped by Chrysium. And that wouldn't be stopped by Chrysium. Hokusai makes sense. Could be... Oh, you know what? No, because it wouldn't be like a Hollow Man either. Oh, okay. It's our turn. I think first things first is we Iru. Oh, I guess we could draw potentially Crew. No, let's just Iru. We will not. Nope. Buzzsaw, break. They're trying to build a tower here. So the leech counters are going to be super important for us too. So it's I might actually run archives after this just to get some more leech counters. We still have the other privilege. There's another Crew in our deck. We're actually looking pretty okay. Okay, so they still did the Thimble Rig swap. Yeah, that was they didn't want to give us that. Card from deck. Nisei Mark II, Steel. We will pop this back to their hand. Card from deck. Biovault, trash. Card from deck. Lacosta. Nope. Oh. Okay. Sure. That's fine. Let's run HQ. Size and Todd. Anansi. Oh, because of Manuel. Whenever. Ugh, it's so good. Run HQ. Bacterial. GG. GG's. I was so scared. Big ice early. Yeah, this is like it feels weird to go slow with Seb like this, but it's like I just want to control the deck. I just want to control you. Like if control the corp, you can take as much time as you want. I'll let you score. But at the end of the game, I just want it so that you can't get away. And it's a lot of times kind of like a slow plotting and like impending. Like it's coming. You can't stop it. It's just slowly getting that chokehold on. Yeah. Yeah, I had a lot of answers with the breakers. It was like, yeah, I mean, the breakers made it difficult for them. Were they on R&D? Where are the Anansi? Oh no! Oh no! Oh wow. I really ducked them. Oh wow, yeah, I really ducked them. So afraid of that earlier. So afraid. Like, yeah, had set up a trap. Yep. 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 Thanks, you too. Whew. That was a great game. That was really good. I'm happy about this. This deck's evolved in a really interesting way, as I've been playing it. Like, this is another one that I was playing a little bit around Worlds, and it was not this iteration. It was not this version of the deck. And I'm not sure if it's, like, a ban, like, if Luminal made a difference, but it's been feeling really, really good ever since the ban list. I guess part of that could be that Reality Plus is gone, too. I don't know. Even though that's kind of a counter to my ability. Like, you would think that it would help, but I think it's too good in R+. R+ is too good, but I'm pretty happy with this. I don't know if I would make what changes I would make. As I said, I was playing both of these decks tomorrow, so I feel good. I liked the breaks that we, or not the breaks. I like the way that we played and the keeping an eye out for certain cards. I honestly, getting owned by Reeducation today was really helpful. I think that helped. Like, you gotta lose sometimes. Honestly, it just comes down to like getting beat by a card that you forgot about or that you might not have even known existed. And even though I had been prepared for the Reeducation at one point, I had clearly forgotten about it since I have been playing other formats. So it was really, really good. But I think that's going to be it for me today. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks for commenting. So happy to see you guys around. And I'm excited to report back next week and let you know how the tournament goes. So hope you have a good weekend. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Later.